We are now going to do the same thing, but using Microsoft Excel. So I have a set of data here. It's not exactly the same one that we had before. We have a set of data here, and let's just insert a chart. I'm going to press recommended charts. He actually recommends the right chart, but you know, you can go here and make your choices. But again, to do a regression with this type of data, that's what we want. And so I'm going to insert the chart. Here it is. Once again, you get to you can customize your chart by changing the title, adding axis titles like clients and hours, and looking at the series, you can, let me see where, add some shade there, and solid line, or you see, you have to be careful with what you do with those data, that data. So there you go. You have the graphic. Solid line actually connects the dots, doesn't help at all. And so you have all of those options, and let me remove this, no shadow, so that's back to where we were. And you can work with the colors of your chart. I'm going to choose this dark one. So how do I add a trend line here? I click on the series, right click, add trend line. There it is. This one is just dotted, but I can change that somewhere. Here it is. So and again, we have the option of linear, of exponential, and polynomial, and I get to display the equation on the chart, and I can move it from here to another place. I can go there and make it bigger, just make my chart more readable, maybe a little bit too much. Okay, and so here I go. There's my still in there. Here's my polynomial of order 2. Here's my exponential. This actually looks easier to read than the one in Google Drive, even though it's the same thing. We have e to the power of 0.0005x multiplied by 12,846, and the linear, which is this one. And even though you might be wondering why this equation is not the same, because this data is not the same. So this equation is also not the same that we saw in the other one, but you see that Microsoft presents it in a more readable way. Just like in the polynomial, you see x squared instead of that strange way of x with that small hat, something like on Google Drive, you would see it x squared like this, and here you get the x squared. So very easy to do this and to change them, and basically add the equation to the chart. There you go. And again, remember, if I click on the chart, I can change my chart type, and same problem. I can work with columns, and you can see from just from this preview that the data is not in order, and so everything changes. And here is the number of the client, so it tries to guess what you're doing, and so by being so helpful, it also creates the need that you know what you're doing when selecting your type of chart and the type of trend line that you want. If you want to have a trend line here that makes no sense at all, it will be just fine for him too. And you see that even though we're not talking about polynomials of order I than 2, you can see that this actually it's going to be closer to a more complex calculation, but closer to our data, but maybe so close that what happens is that it's not going to fit everything around. It's just trying to get close to this point. So let me put this back in order to so that we don't forget what's going on here.